Hi everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, on Saturday. And you may have seen on Instagram stories, today is day one of isolation for baby Blue and I. Now, she's had a little bit of a cough, came on very suddenly, but yesterday at about 3 o'clock it decided to kick it up a notch, and she was coughing continuously, like all the time. She went irritable, she had a headache, she didn't want to eat any food, and then she went and put herself to bed, which she never does unless she is ill. So I knew something was up, and then she didn't sleep too well. She was coughing all through the night, which she hadn't done up to that point, and then woke up at about 5 o'clock this morning really coughing her guts up and was nearly sick. So I took her temperature, high temperature. So that meant she's got a continuous cough and a high temperature, which are the two things that the NHS 111 online service are saying that you have to self-isolate if you have. Now, obviously, this could be anything. It could be a cold, it could be tonsillitis. There's a lot going around at the moment because it is cold and flu season. So I'm not going to get panicky. I'm not saying we have coronavirus or anything like that. I'm just following the government and NHS guidelines, which say self-isolate for 7 days. Once you have done that, if your symptoms keep going, or if they worsen over that time, then you have to ring a 111 helpline that they've set up, and they will advise you what to do. If you go up to like the medium category, so there's mild, medium and then severe. If you go into the medium category, that's when you have to go to hospital and be tested. You'll be having things like chills and shivers and breathing problems. There's a lot more that goes on, a lot more scary stuff that goes on just in the medium section. And then the severe, you don't even want to look at it. The only reason I know this is because I read up on it on the 111 helpline. They've got like a systems checker on there. It's like the normal one that you would have on NHS 111, but this one has been specially designed for this outbreak. So you fill in, do you have this? Do you have that? Do you have this? Do you have that? And then it says what your course of action is. And my one just said self-isolate for 7 days. So here we are. We are stuck in our flat for 7 days. My wonderful parents have dropped off a food parcel because we were running out of so much stuff, which I didn't even realise until I went to write a shopping list. And they bought me chocolate too, which is even better. I mean, if anybody wants to bring me chocolate and just leave it on my doorstep and run, quite happy. If anyone wants to leave me like, I don't know, pamper stuff, yeah, happy. Don't worry, I am no way expecting that, especially as I live at the top of the block of flats. I do, however, have some items that I purchased coming next week from Andy's boutique. So I've got those to look forward to, and I'm probably going to live in one of them because it's another snooty and I can't wait. I really can't wait. So yeah, that's pretty much our situation. We've been indoors all day, but Baby Blue loves being indoors. She actually behaves herself a lot better. I don't have to keep an eye on her so much because I have all the doors open. We're in a 1-bedroom flat, so there aren't as many rooms she can hide in or hurt herself in. And if I don't want to go in the kitchen, I just shut the door because she can't open it. However, she obviously is very aware of what is going on. Up until this point, I hadn't actually told her about coronavirus. So I showed her a world map and I explained to her about China and about Italy and how they're completely shut off. And I showed her where Italy was in relation to where we were. And just explained it to her and why she has to catch her cough and why she needs to blow her nose and then throw it away straight away, and why we're washing our hands. Now, this is when I found out at preschool they've learned a little germ song, and it's actually really cute, and she has said to me she'll sing it for you. It's actually really good, and it just teaches kids how to wash their hands properly, like give it a really good thorough wash. So we've got some hand gel, you put it on her and she sings it every time. It's very cute. So let me go grab her and she will sing her little song for you.
Hi everyone.
You gonna sing a song?
Top and bottom, top and bottom, in between, don't forget our stand, gems you might have missed, now back in, our bed clean.
Oh dear, you need to cough, don't you? Oh, bless her. Thank you. She's run off. She's got a really bad headache. So she's just run off holding her head. I've had to shut all the curtains in the flat as well because the sun just streamed through everything. So ordinarily that would be a lovely thing because it warms up the flat as well. But it's really hurt her head. So I'm going to need to go and give her some Calpol, sort her out. I think she might need a bit of a nap, to be honest. She's coughing away, bless her. I'm surprised she actually got through that song without coughing. She's done it a few times. She did it on my Instagram stories as well. So yeah, it's all fun and games. I'm not going to lie, I do feel a bit ridiculous doing it because to all intents and purposes, this is just a cold or tonsillitis or something like that, because you can probably hear from me. I mean, I've had a headache all day. I feel like I'm coming down with a cold. I've been sneezing, and I've got a little bit of a tickly cough coming, but it's only a small one and it's not all the time. So, yeah, unless I've just got a stronger immune system than her, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But we are in here for 7 days. We're following the rules. We're being safe, and the main reason for me that I'm doing it is to protect other people, because my late best friend Gemma, she had cancer when she was very, very poorly, when she was terminally ill. She got blood infections and she got this and she got that, and I got the flu, and I didn't go and see her, and I'm so glad I didn't, because it was a virus like that made her poorly, so she couldn't have further cancer treatments, which meant she left us earlier. And I've just got that playing in my brain at the moment, especially as I've got another very dear friend who's currently having cancer treatment. So he and his wife to be, who's another one of my best friends, they both got lowered immune systems. They're both quite poorly at the moment, and I am avoiding them like the plague. And bless her, I text Emma earlier and she said, "Is there anything I can do for you?" And I said, yes, in the nicest possible sense. Stay well away from us, because I do not want you to get this. I do not want you to get poorly. If it's just a cold, even if it's just a cold, I don't want you to have it. But if it is anything more sinister, then 100% you are not getting this. They're meant to be getting married in June this year. Baby Blue's going to be their bridesmaid. I'm reading a poem. And they've had such a really tough time over the last few years that this year is meant to be their year, and there is no chance in hell I'm going to let them get a horrible virus like that. So yes, right, I'm going to have to put a little pin in it, because Baby Blue's coughing her guts up and I just need to go and give her a cuddle. Hello, I'm back. Sorry, I've topped her up with paracetamol. It's not Calpol, because it's not the branded stuff. It's the I think it's the Boots own one that I've got at the moment. Equally as good and half the price. However, my mum has just bought me the biggest bottle of Calpol I've ever seen in my life. I think she said it cost £6. It's mental, this bottle, but it's fantastic because that's going to last us this whole period of time. So she's topped up. She's hopefully that will help her headache and make her feel a bit better. And she's got a penguin as well, because I said if she sang a song for me, she could have a penguin. Resorting to bribery already, and it's only day one. So yes, I would urge everyone at the moment, if you are experiencing symptoms but you feel ridiculous and you feel silly and you're like, I'm not self-isolating, it's just a cough, and I've got a high temperature but it goes up and down or whatever. If you're making excuses like that, just seek advice for me, please. Because it's not about you. It's not about how you're feeling. It's about the vulnerable people, about the elderly people, about the people with health conditions, about the people with low immune systems. And there's probably somebody like that in your family. Or if there isn't now, there was once upon a time. So please, they are someone's friend. They are someone's mums and dads. They are somebody's cousins, aunties, uncles, brothers, sisters, daughters, sons, Please think about other people, really. And I'm sure my listeners, because you guys are all awesome, I'm sure it's not you, but if you do know the person, yes, one person doing this, the people that seem to feel the need to completely strip the supermarkets bare of all the essentials, please wag your finger and tell them off. If you see someone doing it, I don't know. I don't want to say name and shame because I absolutely hate doing that, but you almost want to in these times. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you'd said to me a year ago, there's going to be a shortage of toilet roll and hand sanitizer, and you're going to be stuck in isolation. It's just mad. It is absolutely mad. But that leads me on to the other thing I wanted to speak about, because today is an anniversary for me, and ordinarily it would probably be quite a sad anniversary, but in the nicest possible sense, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody here, but today is the day that I became a single mum. Today is the day that I left a very toxic environment. Today is the day that I left Baby Blue's dad. And a year's gone by, and somebody said to me, does it feel like a year? I'm like, it does, because when I look back and I see all I've achieved and where my head has gone, the journey that my head has gone on and that I have gone on and that Baby Blue has gone on, yes, that feels like a year. But I don't feel like I've been single for a year, if that makes sense. So it's one of those strange sort of feelings, because it's the first breakup that I've felt quite free. And it's almost like, because I've made it to that year mark, that yearly mark, it's like I can finally say, I'm free. This is now my life. Because there's always that risk that you're going to go back, or there's that risk of something. And I don't know why, just this sort of landmark is just, it's made me feel like I can breathe, which is ironic considering we're now in isolation with a potential virus that affects your breathing. That's another thing I was just saying to my friend Lucy as well. When this time last year, I was telling everyone how I felt like I'd just got out of isolation, and here I am putting myself in isolation a year on. It's a nicer, sort of a nicer situation. But so yeah, it's like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful, but for me, this last year has been incredible. And anybody listening, I love you, because you are supporting me in my podcast. Anybody who knows me and that has supported me, because I know you guys are listening, because you're awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I honestly could not have done this with a single one of you absent, because my friends and my family, they seem to be like the kindest people on the face of this earth. They seem to be the most considerate and wonderful and generous people you will ever met. And this isn't just my best friends. This is friends that I've known via Facebook. This is friends that I've never actually met. I've only known online. And every single one has just been incredible. And I've been helped by so many people, so many charities, so many organisations, that you take one person out of that mix and it just wouldn't have worked as well as it has. And I love you all dearly. So thank you for making me strong. Thank you for enabling me to say I am proud of how far I've come. And thank you so much for helping me become a free sort of spirit again and become myself again, because now I'm stronger and now I'm more positive, like 100% more positive, and my mental health is just soaring. Baby Blue's development and progress is just soaring. It's amazing, and I don't think I can ever repay anyone for it. So I'm going to be as kind as I can, the best friend I can, and just keep being positive, keep being kind. And I think that's the motto for everybody, that everybody should take. But anyway, I'm going to bring the podcast to an end now. I need to go and make sure Baby Blue's all right. I can hear her coughing away in there. Oh, it's going to be a long week, but lots of water, Cowpole, and I might see if someone can bring us some ice lollies because she needs it, bless her. Anyway, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.